What up, my fellow Knicks fans? This is your guy Marcellus Ease, and don't panic quite yet. Now, beloved New York Knicks went out on the road in the month of January. As you know, that month's always hellacious for us, especially these past couple of seasons, as we do make trips out to the Midwest, to the West Coast, and we actually went 1-5 on this road trip. And now we actually return back home. You would think the scheduling will get a lot easier, but it's actually going to be just as tough all the way up until the 23rd of January. As we will face the Indiana Pacers, they actually sit third place in our conference, and they will be without Miles Turner, which is a major shot blocker. So it'll be good for our guards, like guys like Tim Hardaway Jr., Trey Burke, especially Kevin Knox to attack the rim. And then we'll go on to face the Philadelphia 76ers. We're actually also playing great basketball. They sit fourth place in our conference. Guys like Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid are actually complaining about their roles on the team because, you know, they both have their own individual goals that they want to achieve. Like Jimmy Butler wants to get a max deal. Embiid wants to win MVP, but they are playing efficient basketball and they're winning majority of their games, especially with Jimmy Butler when he got inserted into the lineup. Then we'll go on to our most winnable game, which is against the Washington Wizards. There is no Dwight Howard, no John Wall. I mean, these guys are pretty much depleted. Not even Markieff Morris will be in this matchup. You know, it'll be good for the Knicks, especially guys like Von Lee could take advantage. You know, this will be our most winnable game. Actually, Oklahoma City is one of the better defensive teams in the league right now. They're actually sitting in the top 4 position in the Western Conference. The Houston Rockets also, James Harden is playing out of his mind. Even though they do have injuries, it's still going to be a tough matchup as we don't really have a guy that can match up to the skill set of James Harden. You know, by the time January 23rd it comes around, we could easily be 11-35. And that's if we beat the Washington Wizards. And this last West Coast trip that we went on actually kind of put us in contention being one of the lottery teams. As before the trip, we were actually in the middle of the bottom tier group as far as the worst teams in the NBA. We were around teams like the Atlanta Hawks, the Washington Wizards, Orlando. We're floating in between there. But as soon as we went on that West Coast trip, now we're actually the bottom. We actually are with the bottom 3 teams in the NBA. The Phoenix Suns, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it's pretty much us. So right now, we're actually in contention of actually, you know, being one of the lottery teams. Also, I want to touch up on some injuries. Mitchell Robinson, unlucky once again. Another injury, I believe another ankle injury. That's unfortunate. He might have slipped on something wet on the court. That's unfortunate. And also Frank Ntilikina, same issue. Frank, it's unfortunate for him because some of these games right now, we're really short at guard and we're actually rebuilding. Guys like Trey Burke and Courtney Lee have actually kind of been benched so younger guys can get experience. It's pretty much the tanking has officially begun in the middle of this West Coast trip. That's when it actually began because, you know, we were just, you know, losing games left and right. We already dropped a lot of games before Christmas, and this West Coast trip just added on top of it, and now we're actually returning home, and it's a lot of tough matchups. We got pretty much one winnable game against the Wizards. So you guys let me know what you think. Check out my playlist below. We got weekly updates on new music, and you guys stay safe. Peace.